Hi everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you my 2018 goals. So I have a bunch of both reading and channel goals that I wanted to talk to you guys about and let you guys know what I'm aiming to do in 2018. So let's jump straight in and talk about all of them. So my first reading goal that I've set for myself is, of course, the Goodreads reading challenge. And I have set my Goodreads reading challenge this year at 200. Now, this isn't ambitious in terms of the number really, because I have read over 200 books the last 2 years. I read 235 in 2017 and 201 or 200 exactly, I think it was, in 2016. So it's doable, but I've never set my reading challenge this high. I have a tendency to set it at a lower mark and then end up really blowing it out of the water and raising it throughout the year. But this year I did want to have it as a bit more. It's still not a hugely ambitious goal because I do think I can achieve it, but I didn't want to set it at something and then be disappointed if I didn't hit it, even though I don't really care about the number. But yeah, so I have gone with a 200 book Goodreads reading challenge this year. So my second reading challenge I've set for myself is kind of a carryover from my 2017 goals. So I have in my spiral bound notebook, I have, as I've mentioned on this channel before, every book I've ever thought about wanting to read, including every book that's on my Goodreads to read list, but plus more, there's more in this because I had this before I ever had Goodreads, is noted in this notebook. On this notebook now is at, how many pages is this? Give me a second. 37. I'm on page 37 of this, and I set a goal for myself last year to complete page 5. That's right, 5 of 37, and I accomplished that. And so I've set myself the goal this year of reading the first 10 books on page 6 of this physical to read list. So I do have those 10 books written down that I just thought I would let you guys know what the 10 books are. So they are The Book of Love by Philippa Fioretti, The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Addison Allen, Derby Girl by Shauna Cross, Rock Chicks by Ronnie Cooper, Love Bites, 101 Tips for Dating Guys with Fangs by Claire Hooper, My Name is in Memory by Anne Brashares, which is a book that I own, Trust by Kate Vitch, Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver, which is another one that I actually own, and Peep Show by Lee Redhead, which is the first book in a series, but as long as I read that first one, I'll consider that job accomplished, and Her Fearful Symmetry by Audrey Niffenegger, which is another one that I own. So I do own 3 of these 10 books, and I did manage to accomplish this last year, so I'm hoping that once again I will be able to complete this challenge. This type of challenge is really just with the goal of reading books that I at one point in time, a really long time ago, had noticed and wanted to read, and I've just never gotten around to, and seeing whether they're good books or not. So yeah, I definitely hope that I can accomplish this again in 2018. My third reading goal is another repeat from my 2017 goals, and that is to read 10 of the first 20 books that I ever marked as to read on Goodreads. Again, similar to the last goal, this is just about trying to read books that I wanted to read a really, really long time ago. So I had this challenge last year, and I only read 9 of the 20. So 11 of the books that I'm about to mention, because I'll mention what the first 20 are the same as last year, but there are 9 new books considering that I read 9 last year, if that makes sense. So the 20 books are Looking for Alaska by John Green, Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, Defending Jacob by William Landy, The Edge of Normal by Carla Norton, Spark by Rachel Corr, Princess of Thorns by Stacey J, Creed by Trisha Lever, 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray, The Silence of Six by E.C. Myers, Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger, Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter. So they're the 11 that were on there last year, and then the new 9 are A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, Stray by Rachel Vincent, Beyond the Highland Mist by Karen Marie Moaning, Through the Woods by Emily Carroll, Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delara, The Impossible Knife of Memory by Laurie Halse Anderson, I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, and My Last Kiss by Bethany Neal. So similar to the previous goal, I do also own some of these books. I own 6 actually of the 20, and the goal's only to read 10. So if I read all 6 that I own, I only have to get another 4 from the library. Like this goal is definitely achievable for me. So my 4th reading challenge is another kind of repeat from last year. So last year I'd set myself the goal to read 50 books from my physical books that I own, that are on my to-read shelf in my bedroom, that I owned prior to the start of that year. And I did accomplish that. I managed to read 58 in total. And so this year I am setting myself that goal again, but I have upped the number to 70. That should definitely be achievable. I'm in a much better rhythm this year with reading the books that I own, that in the second half of the year I read a lot from my physical to read list than I had in the beginning of the year. So I'm hoping that this should be something that I can hopefully easily accomplish, and if not, read even more than that. So yeah, I want to read 70 books from my physical TBR shelf that I owned prior to the beginning of 2018. My 5th reading challenge is another repeat, and that is just to once again complete the Around the Year in 52 Books challenge on Goodreads. So for those of you who don't know, if you haven't been on my challenge for a while, there is a Goodreads group, which I will link down below in case you guys want to participate, which has 52 reading challenges. The general idea of the group is that there's a challenge for each week of the year. I don't do it that way. I just lump all of the challenges together and try to complete them throughout the year. This was a struggle for me to complete last year just because of the way I tackled it. So I am changing up the way that I do it this year. Last year I went through all 52 challenges and like kind of assigned a book that I wanted to read for it. And then I didn't end up getting to those books as quickly as I thought I would. And so then at the end of the year I was scrambling to catch up. So rather than do that, and I filmed a whole TBR video for that, I'm not going to do that this year. What I've done this year is just read through the 52 challenges, and the challenges that I think are a little bit more difficult and that I don't think I would naturally just check off, I've looked into those books and have, you know, thought about what book I'll use for those particular challenges. But all the other books I'm just going to try to check off with my general reading, and then probably at the halfway through point of the year when I do my mid-goals review, I will see how far behind I am and start to catch up from that point if I need to. But I'm hoping that if I've already concentrated on the difficult ones and the rest of them I just normally naturally check off, that I should be able to be hopefully ahead of this and check this whole challenge off earlier on in the year, because every year that I've done a challenge like this I always end up scrambling at the last minute. So I'm hoping to avoid that this year. So my 6th and final reading challenge is that I want to reread 6 books / series. So if I reread a series, that would only count for like 1 slot kind of the 6. I don't reread books anywhere near as much as I used to and as I would like to. And so I just wanted to, 6 is not a huge number at all, but I did just want to set, there's books that I keep thinking, oh, I really want to reread that, and I just never get around to doing it. So I just wanted to set myself this challenge to kind of motivate myself to actually pick up those books. One series that I know for sure I'll be rereading this year is the Smoke and Bone, the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, because I am planning to read the Six of Crows duology this year, and I want to reread the Grisha trilogy before I pick that up, because I loved that trilogy, and I also just want to have all of that really clear in my mind. I know you don't have to, but I just want to. So that's one I'll definitely be rereading, and I do have some other like books from my shelf in mind that I want to reread that I'll probably get to, like To Kill a Mockingbird and The Book Thief I would love to reread as well. So, and there's some other books that I have owned for a really, really long time that I read years and years ago that I don't remember, and I look at them on my shelf and think, I don't even remember much about you. So I would like to reread those as well, to kind of decide whether there's something worth keeping on my shelf or whether they're things that I would like to unhaul in future. So I think that this is definitely achievable, but I just feel like it's the type of thing that I needed to set myself the goal, otherwise I would just keep putting off doing. So now moving on to some more channel related goals that I've set myself. I have actually set myself 3 goals for my channel this year. I don't normally set myself too many goals related to my actual channel, so this is a bit different for me. The first challenge that I've set myself is something that I've already been doing, and that is to try reading vlogs. So it's not just really like trying reading vlogs, which I have been doing. If you've been watching my channel, you've probably seen the first couple. It's about trying new things on my channel. I get into, I'm sure a lot of people can, you know, relate to this. I get into a rut in my channel of just doing the same types of videos in the same types of way that I've always done them. Like every month I do a TBR or my mid-month wrap up, and then my end of the month wrap up, and I do my markers to read, and that's all fine. I love those videos, I really, really do, but I just wanted to try, like, not be afraid to try new things. So this month, for example, I didn't do the mid-month wrap up because I was doing the reading vlogs. I don't think that's worked. I think I'll still be doing the reading vlogs, but I'm going to keep the mid-month wrap up. Anyway, that didn't need to go into this. The whole point of this challenge is just to try new things, and when I think of something and go, oh, maybe I could try doing that, to just challenge myself to actually do that and try it. And even if that's just doing the reading vlogs, if that's the only like new thing that I try, then that's okay. Like, that's at least one new thing that I've tried this year, but it is all just about kind of challenging myself to try new things with my channel in 2018. So my second channel goal is kind of a continuation of the first, and that is to include some more non-bookish content on this channel. When I very first started my channel, which was like over 3 years ago now, I believe, I originally planned for it to be mainly books, but I was going to occasionally talk about things like movies and TV shows, and I just never got around to filming anything related to that, and that is a big part of who I am. I am a huge, huge, huge movie buff. Like, I love movies so much, and I don't watch anywhere near as much TV anymore, but I am really into TV as well. So I would love to talk about that more on my channel. I have actually filmed a couple of times videos and then just not ended up posting them. So I just wanted to challenge myself to, it's not going to be a huge amount, don't worry, it will still be like 99% books on this channel, but I did just want to every now and again not be afraid to throw up a video that's related to movies or that's related to TV shows, and kind of see, because I would love to chat about those things with people that I'm friends with on here as well. So yeah, again, it's kind of about challenging myself to do something different with my channel. And the final channel goal that I've set myself, again, is not something that should be hard, but I just thought if I didn't include it as a goal, I would just never do it. And that is to include ebooks as part of my book hauls each month. I do purchase ebooks and I never talk about them in my book hauls. And every month I'm like, oh, I'll put in my ebooks, and then I just forget about it every month. And I just think that if I include it as a goal, then I should remember to do it each month. Like, it's not hard. It really, really isn't. I think it comes because I have a notebook, which I actually have right here, that I do plan out my videos. Not like in depth, I don't script my videos or anything like that, but when I do a wrap up, I plan out my statistics. When I do a markers to read video, I list the books down and where I heard about the books, things like that. And with the book haul, I always think, oh, I don't need to write anything down because I've got the pile of books. I don't need to be reminded about anything, and I never write anything down for that and then forget to mention the ebooks. So I'm hoping that I can finally remember to mention the ebooks that I purchase each month in my book hauls in 2018. So those are all of my 2018 reading and channel goals. Sorry this video is going up a little bit later than I had originally intended, but it is still January, so I feel like it's still okay to put this up. I would love to chat with you guys in the comments down below what you think of my goals and any reading or channel goals that you guys have set for yourselves in 2018. I would love to know that. I love hearing about people's goals. So yeah, I would love to chat down below. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. But that's all I've got for this video today. Bye guys.